Hello, my name is Isaac Herron, and today I'll be discussing with you guys how to prevent identity theft. The demographic that I chose to discuss identity fraud was children ages 10 to 18. As we can see here, 1 in every 3 adults have already faced identity theft in their lifetime. Unfortunately, children under the age of 18 are 3 times as likely to fall victim. As we can tell by the graphic to our right, 2017 was by far the worst year for minors facing credit card fraud. It led to over $500 million in out-of-pocket costs being faced by the families who suffered from identity fraud. Why are teens at such high risk of credit card theft and identity fraud? It is because their credit score yet has not been established. Therefore, they cannot recheck online to see what damage has been done because it is not high enough for it to be actually recorded into the database. Most children do not utilize their social security numbers until they are job hunting. Some cases where identity theft happens goes unnoticed for up to 3 years because they suddenly use this information. Teenagers are also used to living in the now. Kids are not worried about what can affect them 5 to 10 years from now. Because of the lack of responsibilities they face day to day, they are more acceptable to provide personal information online through platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Some may wonder, how does identity theft occur? Unfortunately, it is very easy for hackers to get information. It is the unauthorized use of personal information such as first and last names, street address, date of birth, and even social security numbers that are given for criminal activities. The most common is account takeover. This event occurs when fraudsters gain access to financial bank information, anything from account numbers, routing numbers, or credit card numbers as well. How do you know if you're a victim? Increased junk mail. Emails that might appear in your junk mail underneath someone else's name are huge red flags because that means that they're changing the names of what they're purchasing to hide underneath a phantom account in order to avoid being tracked. If credit card statements and bills stop arriving, this could be contributed to the hacker changing your billing address to avoid being caught. The biggest red flag of them all is unfamiliar charges and withdrawals. This is the most obvious sign and recommends from the identitytheft.org website that individuals check bank statements as often as every 48 hours to monitor this type of activity. Here are a few helpful tips to avoid identity theft. Be careful. As we said before, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook are all different avenues to explore and way to make new friends and to talk to friends online. Just be careful who you accept. This is the most likely way to get caught is by individuals giving out first name, last name, or date of birth information to strangers online. The second would be to lock it up. Social security cards, financial data information, all documentation that has both personal and financial information should be kept in a safe lockbox, secluded. The third will be password protection. Dual encryption coding such as a face lock and then strong password protections are very effective ways to prevent hackers from garnering personal information. The fourth will be the most simple. Memory is key. For credit card and debit card pins, social security numbers, and of course, all email passwords and things of that nature should be committed to cognitive memory to the best of their ability. Limiting a physical paper trail of such sensitive information will be tougher for hackers to garner this information from you. So here are a few key takeaways from today's presentation. Anyone can fall victim. As stated previously, 1 million children under the age of 18 fell victim in 2017 alone. 1 in every 3 adults in the United States have also fallen victim to credit card or identity theft. Do not be afraid to say no. Situations are going to occur where an adult may ask you for your social security number, your license, or even a birth certificate. If you have no rapport with that individual, it is completely acceptable to tell them no. Avoid credit cards. Yes, it is very effective to build your credit score now in order to garner financial success in the future. However, only one credit card is needed to do so. Be sure to set limits as low as possible and avoid multiple credit cards. This will avoid any possible issues in the future of unwarranted debt collectors. Thank you, and I hope you learned a little bit about how to avoid fraudulent identity theft.